Welcome everyone. Today is August 17th, 2024. I'm being eaten alive by mosquitoes, so I'm going to try and make it quick. I also have to get this in the fridge because it's starting to sweat. It's not hot here, it's like in the 70s, but it is so muggy and humid that it's hard to breathe. And my stuff, it's just getting hot. So for those that don't know, I live way out in the country and I don't have a car. I, got a house instead of a car, so I'd have a place to live. And so I'm dependent on finding somebody that I can pay to take me into town to get groceries every time I have to go into town. I only have one person I can find to do that. So whenever I go into town, I have to get as much as I possibly can, get it in the freezer or wherever I can to preserve it, and hopefully it'll last as long as possible. And so it just so happened the other day I opened my fridge. I hardly had anything in it anyways, but I went to get a yogurt out of there and everything was warm, and I thought, why is my fridge warm? I opened the freezer side, it was also warm. I thought, well, isn't that lovely? The fridge is not working. So it works, but it has no cold air anymore. So anyways, fortunately, I do have another fridge that came with the house. So I just re-cleaned all that out because I don't use it, but I cleaned it all out. And so it's all nice and beautiful. So I'm now going to just start using that one. It's like a 1960 something. And I'm telling you, that refrigerator will probably outlast all of us because those refrigerators and stoves back in those days were built to last. And the cold air that thing pumps out is amazing. So I do have a refrigerator I can use. And I'm going to keep the old one because, the old stuff is so much better than the junk we have that they make today. And once I move and, the fridge is settled, then I am going to have somebody come and fix it. If it needs Freon, if there's an issue with the fan, it needs to defrost, or the drain hose, whatever it is, I'll get it fixed. So I'm going to keep it because it's better and cheaper to have it fixed than to buy a new one. The refrigerators nowadays last 1 to 2 years, then they're all broken. So anyways, I'm good. So I do have my working fridge, but I didn't lose much because I didn't have much. So in the freezer side, it's a French door side by side. On the freezer side, it was all organic flour. So all of my stuff of value is in my upright freezers. So all I had to do is take my flour and just move it to the upright freezer. It's fine. If flour defrosts, it's perfectly fine. So I just moved that. The refrigerator, I didn't really have much of anything in there. So the only thing I lost was my yogurt. So, kind of sucks, but that's fine. It could be worse. So it came at a perfect time that it broke down. And so what I did was, the last few months, I've been trying very hard to get things paid that I need to have and I need to buy. And so I haven't really been buying much in groceries or food. I just eat whatever I have. And I keep sacrificing groceries to get things paid because it's so important. But I can't really keep doing that because I need food. So what I did was I have 2 more things I have to pay for that are kind of expensive. But, I started thinking, I said, they could wait till next month. Really, I should have it paid now, but it's not going to hurt anything if it's paid next month. So I decided, instead of paying those 2 bills, well, I could only pay one anyways with the money I had today. But even so, instead of paying that, because it can technically wait, I got groceries while I'm able to get into town. And so I'm going to show you what I got. And I'm going to show you right now the main reason I was so happy to be able to get out into town today. So I have a garden. I'm growing as much as I can, but it's been a really cruddy summer. I wasn't able to get what I needed to get my gardens in on time. Everything got put in late. It's just a mess. My tomatoes are doing amazing. I made them a priority, but I don't know if I'm going to get a harvest or how much. And what if an animal comes, raccoons, skunks, deer, and they just eat everything? So I can't be dependent on what my garden produces. It might not even get anything. And so I don't want to have a winter like I did last year. So I'm trying really hard to just focus on as much food prep as possible for now, and also to get me through the year. So until next year, and hopefully I'll have enough of my own that I won't have to buy anything. This year I'm gonna have to buy almost everything. So at the superstore, they had the boxes of Roma tomatoes. So at a specific time of year, when it's, harvest time and canning time, they usually get these 25, well, it says 25-pound box, but they're not full, and I think they jip you. But anyways, you can buy the boxes of Roma tomatoes, and it's so much cheaper than buying them by the pound because they are ridiculous. It's almost like $2 for one tomato at the store. It's been like that for a long time. So I like to buy the boxes and I can them, so I at least have something, even though it's not the greatest, So they just happen to have them this week, limited quantity. I would love to have gotten more, but I had to make sure I had money for other things, and the neighbor's SUV isn't that big, couldn't fit a whole lot of stuff in there. But this is what I got. Can you see those? 5 boxes. So I didn't realize that the sign was on the back of the box, so I also got the sign too. So now you can see it was $15 for one box. That is ridiculous. They used to only be $10. It says 25 pounds, but they're not full. And I know they don't look the greatest. They are nice and hard, which is really good. Like, they're really hard. They're not soft and soggy. It is so muggy and humid that even the tomatoes are sweating. So anyways, it's better than nothing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to can them, but I am definitely not doing canning anytime soon. So what I have to do, which I really didn't plan on doing and I don't want to do right now, but it's like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. I really want to do this tomorrow. So, but I don't want any animals coming and eating them. So I'm going to have to bring these all in the house. And then tomorrow I have to bring them out. I'm going to put them in my bins here. In a second. I have these bins, and I'm going to fill them with water and some baking soda, and I'm just going to let them soak in there to help clean any pesticides or anything. Just kind of, give it a nice little light wash. Then I'm going to cut the cores out, and I'm going to put them in. I got these at Dollarama. So I got a whole bunch of the large, dollar store Ziploc bags. $1.50 for 20. So I got these, and I'm going to put them in here and then put them in my freezer, because when I'm ready to can, if I defrost them, then when they defrost, the skins peel right off. So I'm going to just get them in the freezer right now, so when I'm ready to can, I have them. But honestly, $75 for 5 boxes. 5 boxes, like, it's a lot. They're from the Kingsville, Ontario, which is not far from where I'm actually from, and they're known for having really good tomatoes. But anyways, $15 for one 25-pound box. So $75 to have some tomato security. So, I'm happy because I at least, that I have tomatoes. So I'm going to at least have canned tomatoes. I love making vegetable cabbage soup, and I love using tomatoes. So anyways, so I got that. Then I had a free coupon in the mail. I try not to drink pop. I try to stay away from it, but it's free. So I'm going to take it. And, when I have a really stressful, hard day like today or other days, and I just need a little fix, I can just go and get my root beer, because I love root beer. So I just try not to drink it, but it's free. So that's really the only junk I got today, was my free root beer. So over here I got mushrooms. These were $3 on sale for $2 at Giant Tiger. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them all up, and I'm going to fry them with onions. I wish I would have got more, but on a budget. So I'm going to fry up onions, mushrooms, and green peppers, put them in small Ziploc bags in the freezer, and then anytime I want to make something with those 3 things, I can just take it out of the freezer. It's already cooked. It's, you know, everything's good. And there's no food waste at all. So I love doing these preps. It's a lot of work, but I have no food waste. Nothing goes bad. Everything gets used. It's in the freezer. It's already cooked. So that's my plan for that. Now, these peppers, I mean, they do look fairly good. They're really nice and hard. Some of them are good size, some of them are small. They're a product of Quebec. And I'm telling you, peppers are so overpriced. This is why I have 40 pepper plants. I'm hoping I'll get peppers, but, you know, I might not. So just for a 2-pack, it's $4. So $2 for one pepper. And I'm telling you, this is the price that it's always been for a long time. So even if I go to the superstore and I buy peppers in a package, they're about $2 each pepper. So if there's 3 peppers, it's like $6 for a 3-pack of peppers. So I got, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6 packages. And I'm going to eat some, you know, because I just love peppers. So I'm going to eat some raw, but most of it's going to go in the freezer. I didn't plan on getting a chicken, but they were on sale and they are so expensive now. They're just beyond ridiculous and unaffordable. But it was on sale. So this one was $9.46 per kilogram, and it came to $14.15. So I'm going to put that in the freezer. I always cook whole chicken for my dog, and it goes really far. I add vegetables, you know, I shred the chicken after it's cooked. I let it cook all day, shred the chicken, and then I take the broth, I add vegetables. Once they're cooked, I mash it, the vegetables in with the broth. Then I mix all the shredded chicken, and it's kind of like a soup stew, and she absolutely loves it. If I don't do that, she'll eat it, and she doesn't chew it, and she like chokes and throws it up. So you know, I just make my own pet food. My cats do get dry food. That's important. But I don't buy canned pet food. Anyways, I did get a cabbage. They were on sale, but still expensive. This one is a late flat Dutch cabbage. I mean, it looked pretty good. And it was on sale at Sobeys, which I never shop at because they're so extremely expensive. But this came to $7 and something cents. And that's a lot. But again, it's still cheaper than regular price because cabbages are just extremely expensive here all the time. So I'm going to actually cut that up, wash it good, and I'm going to freeze it. And then when I make like my cabbage soup or cabbage vegetable soup with my tomatoes, I can just add the frozen cabbage to the crock pot and make my soup. So that is for that. I'll go over here. This here is the California blend mixed vegetables. It is 2 kilograms and it was like $8. But, you know, I'm not able to go to the store every week and get fresh stuff. Sometimes I can go once a month. Sometimes it's once every 2 months. Sometimes I can go once and then I can go 2 weeks. But it depends how much money I have to spend on food and also if I can actually get to the store. So carrots, oh my good gracious, $4. This is only a 3-pound bag, $4, and they're not even organic. $4. So I only got one. I needed a whole bunch more, but I got organic milk. I don't drink milk, but I use it for my baking. I make homemade bread, and almost everything that I make homemade usually has milk. So best before date's September 9th, so I got it for the freezer. So when I need milk, I can just go into my freezer and I don't have to do without until I get to the store next. So $14 for a 1 4-liter bag. $14 for 1 pack of milk. It's crazy. So I'm still in shock and recovering from this grocery trip. These are not the greatest cucumbers. They're really thin and skinny, and like the end parts don't even look that great. And these were at Walmart because someone told me they were 97 cents at Walmart, the cucumbers. And I didn't want to pay like, you know, $2 and $3 at the other store. But I don't know, apparently it was yesterday it was 97 cents. Today it's $2. So I had to pay $2 each for these puny little cucumbers. So I only got 2. I really wanted more. But anyways, I got 2 cucumbers, and then I got 1 pack of lemons from Giant Tiger. I forget how much these were. I think they were $4, like $3 and something cents. Those are going in the freezer. And I got, these were $4. I was like maybe it was $3.50. Yeah, it was $3.50, I think it was nope, sorry. I remember the sign. It was $4.50. $4.50 for just this. Yellow onions, that's it. 3 pounds of yellow onions, $4.50. So I only got 1 package. And then sour cream, I buy organic sour cream. I absolutely love eating raw vegetables with sour cream and some seasonings. But I also use it for cooking, like banana bread. And these are $5.30 for 1. They're good till September 8th, so I got them for the fridge. They'll be good for, like 3 weeks actually, so very pleased with that. And then celery, I got these for the freezer, so I'm going to put these in bins with some baking soda tomorrow, and I'm going to wash them good, and then I'm going to chop them and freeze them. I will tell you that they're $4 each. $4 for 1 celery, $4. So this is just nothing new. This is what the price has been for a long time, $4. So just for these, 1, 2, 3, for 6 celeries, that's what, 24, 6, 12, yeah, $24. $24 for 6 celeries. They used to be 99 cents. And then bananas. Okay, bananas freeze well. Now, I did not get these on a discount. Usually you get these rotting bananas on a discount. Okay, this one got squished. But, look at see all that? Usually they go on the discount section and you get it 50% off. No. They don't do that now. So if you want bananas, you buy them like this at regular price. But I'm just going to use them for banana bread. And I'm going to try and make homemade ice cream. So if you take bananas and you puree it, and you can also add other fruits too, puree it all, put it in the freezer, you can make your own ice cream. So I want to try and make some like healthy ice cream, and I'm also making a lot of banana bread. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel all the bananas, and I'm going to put like 2 in a Ziploc bag and put them in the freezer. So when I want to make banana bread, I can just take them out and I don't have to worry about anything going bad. I have no food waste. I do plan on making a couple like batches for the freezer so it's already made, because it's good for breakfast when I'm overwhelmed and I just don't want to cook. I have so many other things to do when I wake up. So banana bread is going to be a good option that I can just grab and just snack on in the morning. And I'm just looking at my receipt here to see how much my bananas were. So, natural food produce, bananas. One bag was $8.38. The other one was $9.99. So it was about almost $20 just for these bananas. Not a whole lot, there. $20 just for those bananas. That's a little on the expensive side. So apple juice, I try to drink every day, because if you drink pure apple juice, it helps to make sure that you don't get kidney stones, gallstones, all that stuff, because the malic acid and, all that good stuff. So that's what keeps your stones soft. Everyone is loaded with stones. You just don't know it, because your body naturally will pass them or store them. And this is why it is extremely important for you to have, I believe that's your gallbladder that stores your stones. So if you have a gallbladder removed, now you don't have storage. So it is extremely important to do proper cleanses, not just what you find on the internet, but actual good, legit cleanses. You do need to do them on a regular basis, so your body's not overwhelmed with your stones. Anyways, so what happens is when your body is trying to pass stones naturally, if they get hard, that's when they get stuck, and that's where you have problems. But if you have malic acid or like your apple juice, pure apple juice on a regular basis, what it does is it keeps your stones soft. So it's just one of the things you can do to prevent any kind of stones. I don't want health issues and I can't afford to have health issues. So I do try to drink natural apple juice every day just to prevent any issues with stones. It's been very hard for me to find the natural stuff because they stopped selling it, and it was all the apple juice from concentrate where it's got, your fluoride and chlorine water, and it's just a little bit of juice and the rest is junk. But this is what I used to buy, but just in a different container. And this here is not from concentrate. And when you go to the ingredients over here, the only ingredient is apple juice, not from concentrate. So it's just apples. And it's also local too. It's from Atlantic Apples. So anyways, these, I finally found them again. They were $2.50, and it is expensive, but Costco, for their apple juice in the cases, it's all basically sugar water and a little bit of juice, and it is really expensive. So I found it to be cheaper to buy these than to buy the case from Costco of the stuff that isn't even pure apple juice. So I stocked up on these. Well, I finally found them back in stock at the store. They're $2.50 each. So I'm good for apple juice for quite some time. I don't drink the whole thing every day. So I drink maybe like a half or a third, about a half or a third every day. So, I stocked up while I could. And then apples here, just this one bag here. See, it's not that big. And these are the imperfect apples. They're not like, like the real good ones. 2.72 kilograms. Wait, how many pounds? 6-pound bag. And it was $7 for a little 6-pound bag. So, let's see. That's apples. And then my Greek yogurt. I know it's not good for you. It's kind of like junk food, but it's better than, chocolate bars and candy. So that's what I use that as a snack, because that black cherry is one of my favorites. And, my dog loves it too. So it's good once in a while because she's getting all those probiotics. So, they were three for $12.75. That was their sale price. So the best before date is September 17th. So that's a month away. So I stocked up. Butter here for 1 pound of butter, it's like $8 to $10. Sobeys had them on sale for $4.88, limit 4. I did not want salted, but that's all they had. So I got 4, it's better than nothing for the price. So, even that $4.88 is still kind of expensive, but better than paying $8, $9, and $10. Potatoes, I got 2 bags. The superstore was $6, but the independent grocer, which sells the same stuff as the superstore, it's just smaller, they were $4. So I got 2 bags of 10-pound bags of potatoes. Now, Giant Tiger, I went in there and they had all their seeds for 25 cents each. So I didn't plan on buying them, but I bought a whole pile of these for 25 cents. And the reason I bought these is because they were, 25 cents. So when I send Christmas cards or birthday cards, I like to add something to it because I just think it's more exciting when you open up a card and it's not just a card, there's just something in it. Doesn't matter what it is. It's just nice to have something extra in it. So, I can't afford to buy all kinds of nice stuff. So I think, seeds are food and food is health and food saves you money. So I got, just a whole pile of these seeds to put away for cards so that, because 25 cents each, that's affordable. Now, these are good seeds, but I'm just going to let you know that one of the reasons why you can get these at a cheaper price is because they usually have a lot less in the package than in the the big, I don't want to say like the big company, but these packages are actually usually from the big seed companies. But what they do is they make these packages where they have less seeds in it, and that's why you get them at a cheaper price. So it's 75 cents, but it's because you have less seeds than if you were to purchase them directly from the company and get the full-size packages. So they're just as good. It's just that they're just smaller packages, but you still get a decent amount in them. So, you know, there are some pumpkin ones, this purple top white globe turnip. There's peppers here. Look how cute these are. Some peppers, there's some basil, and there's chives, and I got some cauliflower. Oh, I got some romaine lettuce. There is cauliflower down in there, and I don't know, there's some, oh, we got some parsley, and then here's one of my favorites, is cabbage, golden acre cabbage. So I got seeds for that. And then at the superstore, when you make a purchase, if for every so much dollars you spend, you would get these collectible cards. So you get a pack for free. She's like, do you want the Marvel cards? I'm like, what's that? She's like, oh, they're just some like collector's cards. I'm like, are they free? And she's like, yes. I said, oh, sure, I'll take them. So she gave me a whole stack of 14 packs because, you know, groceries are expensive. So I ended up getting 14 packs. So I'm going to show you what these things are because I didn't even know. The neighbor had to show me how these work. So here's these packs, right? On the inside, they're cards. They're like collectible cards. So you open these, if you open this up and then you can pop the cards out, but you don't know what cards you get until you open them. So I got a whole pack of these collectible cards. You know what I think I'm going to do is just put these away, and if I send a card out to like a kid that's a boy or somebody that's really interested, then I'll add one to a card, you know, just for fun. So, you know, free stuff's good because you can always find a way to use it. Now, when I went to Sobeys to get that cabbage and the butter, I like to check the clearance sections. Sometimes you find good stuff. So I found this. Did I need it? No. But I don't have a pan that has a really flat edge. And I thought, well, for 50% off, maybe I'll treat myself. Because I don't make pancakes very often, or hamburgers, or anything like that. But whenever I'm going to be doing my big batch cooking, it's going to be really nice when I can have a pan like this. It's going to just make life so much easier than my big other pans. So this year, I don't know if it was a good deal because everything's expensive here. Even the clearance sections are expensive. But I got this for $12 and something cents. So I treated myself and got that. And then canning jars have gone up in price, and it's so ridiculous, it doesn't make sense. But they're also trying to get rid of all the different sizes, and they're trying to only just sell pints and quarts, and that's it. Now, the small 125 milliliter jars that you would usually put like just small jam jars or sauces or just small amounts of things, they're usually like $12 or something. That's the price they've always been, but everything's gone up in price. Sobeys claims this is $18.99. That's what they were selling these for, is $18.99. There's nothing to them. How is that $18.99? You know, like pint jars aren't even that expensive, and they're bigger. So, you know, sometimes when you look at clearances and you see where it says the regular price and then you get half of that, really, $19? No. So I think what they do is up the regular price they claim it is. So then, you know, because you'll think, oh, 50% off, that's a good deal. But they just up the regular price, so you think you're getting a deal, but you're really not getting 50% off. But I will say that at 50% off of $19, it was actually still cheaper than the regular price at the store. So I don't believe it was 50% off, because if it was 50% off, it should only be 50% off of like $12. So they should only been $6. But, you know, even at $9, that is still a lot cheaper than paying regular price. So I don't need these right now, but, you know, for a sale, which I never see, I never see sales on name brand on candy jars except Home Hardware once a year, but I never see sales. So I grabbed those. So I treated myself to 2 things that wasn't groceries. And what else did I just want to double check, make sure I didn't forget anything. So I got 3. Oh, I didn't show you that. Okay, so I'm very particular when it comes to my pets because the healthier they eat, the healthier they are, the cheaper my vet bills, and the longer they live. But it's expensive. I can't afford the food that I want to buy. So I used to always buy Nutrients Natural at PetSmart for my pets, and that's the only thing I ever bought them. But for my cats, because I have rescues, you know, when you're feeding more than one, I can't afford those expensive, you know, what is it, like 45 something dollars a bag, and it's not even a large bag. So I looked at every bag of cat food I could find at all the stores, and the store brand, the President's Choice at the Superstore, actually had the best quality cat food that was the most comparable to the expensive stuff that is extremely healthy and grain-free, corn-free, all that stuff. So I only buy that cat food for my cats. But you can't buy it online, and they usually either have none in stock or like 1, 2, or 3 bags. I very rarely see more than that. So when I go, I have to grab whatever they have on the shelf. They had 3 bags today. I grabbed all 3. So I'm good for about 3 weeks. So, you know, that was number 1. Cat food is number 1. So my cats are good for about 3 weeks, and that gives me some peace. I think that's all that I got for groceries. I just want to double check, make sure I didn't forget anything. So yeah, I think that's it. So, you know, how much all of this costs, good gracious, you don't even want to know. So let me see here. Well, Superstore, the first receipt was $372. And let me tell you that this was after I used my points. So I had, how many points did I use? I don't remember. So anyways, I think I had oh no, the first one I didn't use my points. But then I wasn't sure if I was going to have enough money to get the rest of the stuff. So that was my first bill. I don't have the second bill with me. I'm not sure what happened to it. But on the second bill, I used my points. I had $20 worth of store credit points. So I think I paid, is it 40 or did I pay 50? 40 or $50, I think it was, is what it came to after I used my $20. So, I mean, that right there is like I've already spent just at the Superstore is like $400 and something. But then at Giant Tiger, where I got my mushrooms and I got my my seeds and peppers and stuff, that came to $68.15. And then Sobeys was $52.74. So, and then there was the Dollarama. Oh, good gracious, that was like $60, 60 something dollars at the Dollarama. So that was to get all my Ziploc bags and for the freezer and some other things I needed there. But nothing's $1. It's like $1.50, $4, $5. It all adds up, and it's so expensive. So, you know, I spent every dollar that I had to make sure that I took advantage of being able to get into town and having stuff on hand. So very important to just get what you can while you can. If you're able to shop sales, I highly recommend it. I miss being able to do that. Especially, we don't have Food Basics here. We don't have Freshco. We don't have No Frills. We don't have any of the stores that I miss and that I'm used to. So I automatically am paying way more than most people pay on groceries because I don't have options for cheaper grocery stores. It's just not there. And I have to just pay whatever the price is when I get to town because I can't wait. So, you know, it's hard. I mean, this is not very much. So I got the most important stuff and I'm good. But I didn't get my rice. I had a rain check. So the basmati rice I buy went on sale a long time ago. and I got a rain check. They give you up to, I think it's 9 or 12 or something. So I took the max, and so I can still use that rain check, and I want to use it in full, so I take advantage of that sale price because it's so much more expensive now. But you know, I didn't get to stock up on my rice. I didn't get my maple syrup. I didn't get my honey. And there's a whole bunch of stuff that, you know, I would have loved to have also gotten. But like, when you have to pay, you know, $600 and some just for some groceries, pet food. I got 3 bags of pet food, 2 bags of potatoes. You don't see 2 though. But, you know, this really isn't a whole lot, and my free coupon. So I try to stay away from pop, but root beer, you know, once in a while, it's just, sometimes you just need that fix. So I try to stay away from it, but, you know, I had a free coupon, free. So I'm not gonna, get it because it's free. So, you know, that I'm just gonna save for a day when I am just extremely stressed out and overwhelmed and I just need something. So that's, you know, my downfall is I like root beer. So a nice cold root beer. So I do have one piece of junk that I got today, but you know, there's no cookies, there's no ice cream, there's no junk food. It's literally just this. Plus, you know, I did get a bunch of these and a few things from the dollar store that I needed. And yeah, my tomatoes, $75 for my paste tomatoes, $75. But, you know, I at least have some food security with this. It's just, I have to do so much work tomorrow, getting that done. So I'm not going to complain because I'm extremely fortunate that I was at least able to, you know, get this while I can. Even, you know, a lot of people are not able to put off bills. You know, my hydro bill, I make sure that's paid on time, and I live very simply. I live the way I live because I don't want mortgages and I don't want loans and stuff. I also don't qualify for them. So, you know, it's just one of those things. So yeah, I don't live the greatest life, and it is hard. You know, my house needs a lot, and it's hard, especially not having a car or anything like that. But at the same time, one of the reasons why I chose this is so I can do this. So by living in the cheapest house I could find that's decent and a really good investment that I believe it's a really good investment, long term, that allows me to be able to spend money on things because I don't have that mortgage, I don't have that loan. So yeah, I may be fortunate that I don't have that, but on the other hand, good gracious, like, you do not want all the expenses that I have to fix this house up and all of the surprises, like, oh, what? I turn the tap on, there's no water. Well, turns out that the well water pump went. So last year there was like, what was that, like $1,500 that I just couldn't afford to spend, but they do payment plans. So $1,500 for a new well water pump, and I also had outdoor hoses, like taps for your hoses put in because the house didn't have any, and I need that for my garden and cleaning and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, like $1,500, you know, that's a lot. So no, I don't have a mortgage or, you know, like a monthly payment loan for my house, but I also have expenses and a lot of bills, and sometimes that's way more than the mortgage or a loan. Like, I need a new roof, and it's like $40-some thousand. So that's why I don't have a roof, and every time it rains, my whole deck is covered in little black spots, and it looks like crushed asphalt. And it's the crumbling of the rotted shingles that every time it rains, it washes more of the crumbling shingles off, and it's all over the place. But, you know, it's one of those things. I chose to, you know, just make a sacrifice and buy the best I could for the money I could get to buy a home, and it's one of the best things I ever did. But on the other hand, it is hard and it's stressful and it's overwhelming and it's not enjoyable. But long term, you know, at least I don't have to pay rent or anything like that, and I'm able to buy food, make sure my pets have good food and all that good stuff. So, you know, it's just one of those things. So I do know a lot of people aren't able to buy groceries like this, but keep in mind, I can't get to a store every week. So, it may be a month or 2 months before I can go to the grocery store again. So I just do the best I can with what I have. And I do know that, I am fortunate that, I was able to get some help to get my house and not have that expense. So that I can, try and improve my health with decent food and cook from scratch. And my pets, they get like whole chicken. They don't get like pet food from a can or anything like that. So, I know I'm very fortunate in a lot of ways, but, it's just sacrifices I had to make to be able to have the things that I need that I wasn't able to buy before because it all went on rent. So I really encourage everyone to grow as much as you possibly can and to try and focus on gardens. If you have an apartment or whatever the case may be, that's fine. Try and find somebody that will allow you to plant a garden in their yard. Or if you have a balcony, get 5-gallon buckets. And zucchini is so prolific. Start growing zucchini, cherry tomatoes, all those things. So, I just really I'm trying hard to do the best I can. It's just I have not been able to get a good garden established, and so I have to buy this stuff. I couldn't grow celery this year. Peppers I might get, but I don't know. Tomatoes I might get, I don't know. So I have to buy a lot of this stuff just like most people. And so this is why it is extremely important to just grow whatever you can and as much as you can and save every dollar that you are able to. And, it will pay off. So please try and do your best to grow food and just try and make that a priority, because I promise you it will pay off. And it's not just financially, but it's your health too. So I highly recommend that. And I am going to get this stuff in the fridge and freezer because it's starting to get warm, and I will see you on the next video. So I just wish everyone like the best and encourage you to shop your sale flyers and compare prices, all that good stuff, and stock up as much as you possibly can, not for what if something happens, but just for everyday use. What if, there's a snow blizzard, a hurricane, and the grocery stores are closed or they're wiped out and nothing can be salvaged and all the freezers stuff are broke down. What if you go to the grocery store and there happen to just all their freezers are broke down and they have nothing in the fridge or freezers? Then what? So if you can have things, if you can buy extra when you go to the grocery store, extra milk, extra butter, extra things you can freeze, vegetables, get some extra, put it in your freezers. And then that way, if you can't get what you need when you need it, then you do have the little bit of extra and you can build yourself a little prepper freezer pantry. So you have it when you need it. It's not just for, what if the world ends or there's some, huge event. It's just everyday things. So try and be prepared as possible and help people as much as you can. If you have gardens and you have extra, share with people who were not able to put in a garden or didn't get the harvest they needed. If everybody helps each other, then we all benefit and we all grow. And the better one person is, the more they're able to do for others. So if you help somebody get their gardens established and maybe they need help building raised beds, help them build their raised beds, or maybe pick up the soil that they need, or help them get their plants put in the ground. Whatever it is, help people, help them so that they can help themselves. And then, maybe one day that they will have abundance and extra and they can bless other people. And it's also encouraging, because the more people see everyone else doing gardens, well, they're just going to want to have a garden too, because they want to fit in. So if you're not able to, grow food or buy food, see if you can work with other people, and maybe someone can let you use their yard. You do all the work, and then maybe you split the harvest. So they give you the yard, and maybe they'll water everything since they live there. as long as you do all the planting and the weeding and the harvesting, you can work together with somebody. So there are so many options. You just have to find what works for you. So I wish everyone the best, and hopefully you can see why us Canadians have really, really hard times getting by, and why it is so important to shop your sales when you're able to, because not all of us can do that. So I will see you on the next video, and make sure to leave a comment if you have any good ideas on freezer meals. So I try to freeze things individually. I also try to freeze things together, like frying up mushrooms, peppers, and onions, and having that ready to go. You can just defrost it, add it to some raw eggs, and fry up an omelet, you know, really quick and simple. You can add it to spaghetti sauce, whatever. So if you have any really good things that you like to freeze that do well, please put it in the comments so other people can see it, and maybe they'll learn something that they can do that they didn't know, and that'll help them with some freezer meals and being prepared and getting those freezers filled up, especially before winter comes. You know, we really need to get our food stock. So I'll see you on the next video, and I wish everyone an amazing day.